Hi, this is Dana Susan Beasley of Angel Arts, and this is an edition of Reaching New Heights. And today I'm going to talk about reaching new heights with organization, especially executive functioning issues. And last week or week before, I had posted some pictures on a support group, an Asperger support group, about the command center I made for my son. And so it was suggested that I do a virtual tour, and this is what I am doing right now. So I hope that you find this helpful, and if you would like to find out more about executive functioning and all the details about my system, you can go to my blog talk episode, Positively Autistic, Autism God's Bright Kids, and look up Executive Functioning Command Center. So without further ado, I'm going to turn this around and show you this system. Okay, so first of all, it's kind of hard for me to get it in one picture, but that's kind of the idea. And this is a very crude version of it. This is just my rough draft. There's a lot that I want to do, including either replacing the door, well, eventually replacing the door, and in the meantime putting some fabric on it, making it look prettier, because I like pretty things. So this is what I start out with, and that is the verse of the week and the joke of the week. And you can see that I have written down Romans 14:19 there. And then the joke of the week: how do chickens stay warm with their central bleeding system? And I just got that from a joke book. And my son really likes jokes, so that would be fun. And he's also higher than 74 inches tall, so seeing that is not going to be a problem for him. And then I have a calendar that I just printed off of my iCal program on my computer, and it has specific events and routines that concern him and is relevant to him. And so I've got that there. And then I have this visual schedule. Sorry for my fingerprint there. So this daily schedule, you can see, has a Velcro on it. The daily schedule has a Velcro on it. I'm very scared of dropping my iPad, so I'll show you the stickers later, but it's got a Velcro strip, and you can see how each of these are on the strip. You know, I just did a few things today, and it's not set in stone. It's flexible. You know, that's another thing about executive functioning, is a lack of flexibility. And so I am all about flexibility, and probably too much. But that is the daily schedule board right there. And then over here is what's called the first, next, and then. And these I've just put up with, sleeves. But eventually I will laminate them and put them on a nicer piece of paper and etc. But you can see that first we have math, what we call 5 a day, our worksheets, and then next is unload dishwasher, and then is a free hour of computer. And then over here on the lower left is a weekly schedule. We don't have much going on in the first part of the week, but in the later part of the week it gets a little busier, and that includes a Friday field trip that we're trying to do every Friday, and a game night, and a party. And then over here is the chore chart, and I have chores which I've included some creative things like play guitar, play with the dog. Could have put that under personal care. And then there's brush teeth and use water pick, take vitamins, take night vitamins. And I didn't write the date on here, I see, but I could also write in those little squares themselves if I want to. And I will show you the rest of the cards I have in just a minute. And then this is the points earned, and again, I didn't get the current date on here, but for this week I've calculated I put down the points I know that he gets for this week, for yesterday, and generally I do it 1 point for each activity. Sometimes I do more, especially if he does an excellent job, and then each point is worth something like a quarter, and I give him extra allowance as I count the total up, and you can see right here that I have total points and total allowance. And so then the end of Saturday or Sunday, I transfer that money to his account. And then over here, this is kind of the most important part of this homework command center, executive functioning command center, is the assignments. And so I have them all, again, visual, and like I have Bible, reading, and they're all color coded: math, spelling, writing, English composition, grammar, and I wrote in vocabulary, language arts. I have some changes to make here, and then history and science and social studies. And he's done some of them, and he needs to do some of them as yet. And then I have another page, and this includes geography, practical reasoning, arts and crafts, and creative fun. And then I have some of his high school classes, which we're really going to start high school in earnest next year, so I'm not too worried about that. So, and if you'll notice that on each of those I have the date, or it says done, and he can put that in on a bar like kind of thing, like, see if I can find one like that, like, where'd it go, like that one in the purple. It also has a due date, and then on the lower left hand corner is the time it takes, because when you're in high school especially, you have to account for the time. And then on the lower right is the grade and the points, and not all of these will have grades, but that's the way that is. So that is the assignment sheets, and they're clipboard, so he can take them off and reference them. So next I'm going to show you some of my other cards that I made. Okay, so here are some of the cards that I've done, and you can see some of the variety, and these would be for the chores and the schedule. And I just got these images off Google, and I just did it for my son and I. I didn't do this with an intent to sell these sheets, or at least not yet, although being an entrepreneur, I always have that in the back of my head. Maybe someday I will make these available. I just need to have all original art, because I don't do shortcuts like take things off of Google and sell them. It's not right. So those are the cards. So you will see on the back that I have a little strip of Velcro, and that allows me to hang it up on the chart and the visual schedule. So last I want to show you the rolling cart system that we have, the workbox system, and each one you'll see has a subject, and it's the same subject and color as on the assignment book. And in these folders are some notebooks that are also color coordinated. And for instance, this is his handwriting assignment and folder. And also in these boxes will be the materials and the books that he needs to complete the assignment. So he knows where to get all of the folders, materials, and I note that all on the assignment book. And again, they're all color coordinated to go with the assignment worksheets or the assignment sheets. So that basically is my system. So here's the other element that I didn't mention, especially on my podcast, or that I haven't mentioned yet in this video, is that I have these popsicle sticks that I wrote with a Sharpie. I wrote check schedule and chore assignments, and that stands for school, that SE, and personal care. And I could make a fourth one called creative. And that is a way to not nag at him, but to say, okay, now it's time to check your schedule, or you need to do these things before you go be on the computer. And I found that it does give him a lot of motivation. And it is double-sided, so it's on both sides. Okay, that's that part. So that basically is my system, the command center, and it's a work in progress, and so I'm just beginning it, but I have done a lot of research on Pinterest and to come up with this system. So I hope that helps you, gives you some ideas. If you want to know more, please please look at my Pinterest board on Angel Arts, it's called, or that's the name that I have, and it's my autism stack of stuff, and on there I have collected some of the information that I gleaned because I spent many hours researching this. So I hope that helps you reach new heights in your life and beyond, and be sure to subscribe to this blog so that you can tune in to my next video and blogs. Okay, have a blessed day. This is Dana Susan Beasley of Angel Arts.